Shall we?
Right.
All right, it's recording.
All
Hello,
right.
everyone. Welcome back to Richard's podcast land. And today we'll be having Seth Jones that is going to be our guest for the interview. But before we get started, how are you doing today so far?
I'm doing well, man. It's been a great day so far. How about you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. It's such an honor for you to join here in my podcast series. I really appreciate it.
No, the honor is mine. Thank you so much for being so kind to reach out to me. I love it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for offering.
Yep, you're very much welcome. I have a lot of questions to ask for you about your career and stuff. Now, further
All
than
right.
ado, let's get started, shall we? So, here's my first question. How is it like to become a voice actor in many anime shows that you voice
So kind of like what the process is or what's
at? It could be like previous or the current timeline. It could be anything.
okay. Well, I mean, being part of so many shows is such a wonderful experience every time I get to go in the studio. Like every it's just something to say when you go into studio and everything's all set up nice and neat. You walk in, deliver your lines, you walk out just feeling it's just an amazing experience. There's so many great, amazing audio engineers and directors that it's any opportunity I have to work with them, whether small or big roles, is just something I love. So it's what it's all about.
Well, that's really great to hear. I'm really glad to hear your whole experience so far, which leads me to the most important question that has to be asked.
Okay.
How did you like became interested in acting and what inspired you to pursue this as your career? Since where did
Mm.
this all started?
It all started funny enough. I have every actor has their unique story, but mine starts with conventions. So I
Okay.
went to my first anime convention in was that 2011?
Hmm.
Yeah, 2000, no, 2007. 2007. And from there, I would constantly just go to conventions and I'd meet other voice actors and I would meet to the point where I was working with a voice actor as kind of a roadie for him to a certain degree. And I've always enjoyed acting out. Me and my friends as a young kid, I would go out, we'd play pretend to be Power Rangers and stuff like that, and just had an absolute blast doing that. And it wasn't until like after I graduated college that I was always shy. I didn't really feel like acting was maybe just a little too much. I was a bit more introverted back then. But finally, after kind of going to conventions and meeting with various actors and voice actors, and I was really getting more into motivational speaking and stuff, or listening to those kind of podcasts. And
Hmm.
something just clicked finally, and I was like, all right, I'm going to pursue acting. So I started taking my first few classes in 2018. And from there, through my networking by going to conventions, I was able to get on with Funimation literally 3 months prior to them getting absorbed by Crunchyroll after Sony had bought them out. So I can at least say I wasn't at least contracted by Funimation for a couple episodes at least before it became Crunchyroll, and then for ever since then, now it's just about always improving my craft. Because I didn't come from a theater background, I feel like I had to put more work in to make sure I'm on par with everyone else.
Oh, okay. That's really great to hear. I mean, like speaking of convention centers, those are like really one of the best times you can go because there are some voice actors in the Q&A show. There is like a voice actor that I interviewed with, which is Eli Farmer, and he actually like wrote a list of the tips that the voice actors give out for those who want to get into voiceover. That's one of the
Yeah.
best choice, trust me.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I'm actually in one right now, Sonic Expo.
Oh, okay. That's really fun. Glad you're having a great time.
Oh yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Say, like, have you ever took any voiceover workshops while you were like became interested in getting to voiceover or something? Since
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I continuously take classes. You never can stop learning and you can never learn enough. So yeah, I've taken classes with a bunch of the local directors here. Um, I'm blanking on his name right now, but I've taken classes with Jason Lord. who's a phenomenal director at Crunchyroll and actor. Um, I've Joel McDonald is another director I've taken classes with, or acting classes with. He works with Gearbox. Worked on the Borderlands series. I've worked in class with Tabitha Ray, who directed season 1 of Goblin Slayer. Um, and I do a lot of classes with Jose Sandoval, who's a audio engineer for Crunchyroll. And he teaches you the whole prospect, the whole aspect, the whole process of going in studio, dubbing, and then editing it. Yeah. So he gives you the whole shebang, the whole process, and it's a really phenomenal class. You can take it, and it's mostly online, so even better. And
Yeah.
there's plenty more people that I would love to take classes from. Sunny Straight is someone else I'd love to get a class in with one of these days. And yeah, it's all about finding the classes for me. And one, it's a good way to flex your acting skills. But at the same time, it's a good place to network too.
Yeah, honestly. Because say, like voiceover workshops, it could cost around like 300 to like $420. So what I recommend for people is just wait for like 2 or 4 years until they accomplish their acting skill because acting always comes first before voice. Yeah.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. Your acting comes first. And a lot of the companies are looking for those very authentic takes. They don't want too over the top or too cartoony. There's times and places for all that, right? But for the better performances, the more serious, the more kind of guttural, the more real, that's the performances they look for. And I agree. You want to make sure you're actually committed to being an actor. Yeah, it's because it's not easy. There is constant rejection. You constantly have to, you know, reevaluate here and there. Does it become worth it in the end, or is not? You really have to embody the understanding of falling in love with your process, because that's all this is as an actor is just a process. You audition, submit, and you wait. And if you get hired on, cool. Then you get to go in studio. Then you get to record, and then you got to do all the other things that come after that. But that happens 10% of the time for most people that are in this business. Once you get established, you're good to go. But up until that point, you face a lot of rejection. So it's really important to fall in love with your process. So yes, you want to make sure acting is for you before you start making these major time commitments. Excuse me. You're right, because classes are anywhere from $100 all the way up to $700, depending on who it is that's teaching the class. So yeah, it's investment. You got to make sure it's something you can afford. And oops, sorry about that. And if you're ready to commit to it, then yes, then you can start pursuing those kind of higher end dollar classes.
Yeah. So honestly, what I recommend, like when you mentioned just now, is I recommend them to get like a backup career before acting because whenever
Mm-hmm.
they're not ready to act, go choose something else because choosing your own path is what matters, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like I had mentioned earlier, it's all about no voice actor has the same journey. There is unfortunately no cookie cutter way to get into voice acting. There's no cookie cutter way to make it big. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, true. Okay, next question. How long did it like to make your first demo reel before you could submit it to one of your agents or the producer?
Um, so the question was, how long should you wait to make a demo before you send it off to agents and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Um, so typically you want to, I would say, you got to get your feet wet with a lot of projects. And whatever kind of project you can get in, you need to make sure you understand the process. The point of a demo reel is it's, in a sense, a business card. And you wouldn't give your business card unless your business was rolling and already set up. Otherwise, people won't take you serious. So I would say in everyone's different. I mean, some people have natural talent, some people take a little longer to kind of figure things out. So as far as the timing, It's more of a if you feel you're ready, and you can give a consistent performance every time, and that means you can line read and match flaps, means you're on time. You're doing all the things right. You can hit the various tones right. Like if someone says, "Give me a shy inflection on this part of the line," and you just make it sound monotone, well, you're probably not ready. So you got to really make sure you're mastering all the skills you can, and that's how you progress is and keep yourself feeling like you're not making any progress is mastering the skills. So I'd say once you feel like you have mastered skills, then you can make a demo reel, and from that demo reel you want to demonstrate all of your skills that you can do. From yes, I can make it a excuse me, I can show you that I'm happy here. I can show you that I can get really sad. I can show you that I can be serious, cunning, maniacal, and evil. You want to make sure you can master all those tones and be consistent with those before you
Yeah.
even consider making a demo reel. But I can't give you a time frame. I guess for me, I made my demo a year after I really started getting into voice acting.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, making a demo reel could be also very expensive to make. What I recommend, don't make your demo reel until you're ready. Because once you rush all the way to a recording studio, boom, your money is no more.
Yep, no, and that's it. And they're not gonna do a reshoot. They're not gonna do a redo anything. Once you've done that session, that's it. Then you got to add additional fees if there's something that you didn't like. So yeah, I agree. I would say create your own demo reel, not not as a way to submit maybe, but so you know the process. I think when you have a base knowledge of how things work, you generally can perform better. So I would say, find a demo on the on YouTube, follow that tutorial on how to set up a demo, and then do it yourself. That way you learn the process and you won't feel cheated either when you do go to these studios. Not that they're shady or anything like that. All the studios here locally, DFW, are fantastic companies. Um, but just to arm yourself with information, I feel like is always important.
Yeah, true, honestly. You sure have a good point there. That's what I recommend people listen and what the voice actors have given out to those who want to be an actor. Trust me, it works. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Have you ever been to Comic Cons where you watch the Q&A show with the voice actors of how they got the current voiceover, like you mentioned before in the interview? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't get to do it too much anymore because I typically am running a some aspect of an event they're at. But yeah, I do always love when I have the opportunity. I love hearing everyone's journey because it's always it's like I said, it's unique. It's never the same. Um, and so yeah, I always if I have the opportunity, I do. I do.
Yeah. Hopefully someday you could get to be a guest there someday if you were chosen by the booking agent. So if there's a chance, God would notice. Yeah.
That's the dream. Honestly, I'll be real. It's the dream is not to be the lead role actor in many many animes. No, it's just to get a couple of them and then live my life going to convention to convention to convention. That's the dream.
Yeah. Okay. Final question.
All right.
What are your dream roles that you would like to voice in the future? It could be like Marvel, Star Wars, Demon Slayer, or something. Anything you want to voice.
Man, I would love to be part of any series. I mean, if you look, I mean, like Star Wars, anime, like whatever show within anime, they have so many amazing communities, so many amazing people in those communities. Um, that if I got an opportunity to be part of any of it, I would love. My personal preference, man, if I could be in a Marvel title, that would be absolutely amazing. I would love to be Spider-Man for some kind of animated project. That would be an absolute dream goal for me. As far as anime, oh, if I could, what series? Oh my goodness, so many cool series. Um, you know,
Is it My Hero Academia
My
or
Hero Academia would be a fantastic one. That would be a great one for heroes.
yeah,
Just thinking about it, man. I honestly, I'm a huge sucker for Outlaw Star. It's a fairly older anime at this point, but it came out along the lines of about time frame of Cowboy Bebop, and so like that kind of space odyssey, outlaw kind of environment. I would love to be a lead in something like that.
yeah. That's those are really some good opportunity roles you want to voice. If there's a chance in the future, God would notice you once and twice. But we'll see in the future. We'll
We'll
find
see.
out.
That's right,
All
guys. Just gotta
right.
keep my head up.
Yeah, true. Okay. That is it for this episode. Thank you so much, Seth, for joining here in my podcast series. I really
No,
appreciate you having here.
I really appreciate you. No, thank you so much for reaching out. This is such a blast. Yeah, I can't wait to see this later. And once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. I cannot thank you enough.
You're very much welcome, dude. Just remember, stay positive, stay awesome, and final, stay happy for all your fans and your co-stars. All right? Take care,
Absolutely.
Seth.
Take care.
Yeah,
Have a great weekend.
you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.